Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Hope, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about this right now because he completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
what are we talking about, son?
Get into it, talking. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard.
Let's get everybody in here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the updates. Yo. What's going on, chat? Appreciate everybody in the chat. Poke in the long sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Full baseball coach mode.
No, man, I'm doing my best Heatherman impression right now.
Oh, you know, it's a solid one. Oh man, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
You gotta keep your you can't keep your eyes open for the whole show.
You can't blink.
I challenge you to keep your eyes open for the whole show. So
it's kind of impossible for being.
You have to talk and do it, though. You can't just sit. You have to say stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't. That's difficult. That's hard as shit. That'd be crazy.
That's the issue.
That's near impossible.
Appreciate everybody in the chat. How y'all doing, fam? Joey, how you doing, brother?
Excellent. You know, it's always good coming off a dub. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah,
especially
man.
when it's your most hated rival.
Most hated rival.
Loathed entirely.
Yeah, I hate them. I hate them so much. Yo, shout out to the fans that made a trip out there. You know what I'm saying? To Tallahassee. You know what I'm saying? Everybody headed on their way back. I hope y'all get home safe, man. Shout out to Hoodie Girl was there.
She was outside. Hoodie was outside repping.
Yeah. Shout out to Vish. Shout out to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about, man. But you know, I think CB will be joining us here shortly. But Poke, let's start with you, man. What were your first impressions, first thoughts, wherever you want to take it?
No, I thought overall it was a good game, and we kind of knew going into it that it would be a good game. I mean, I didn't think I honestly thought FSU was going to do a little more than they did to start the game, if I'm being 100% honest. But that first series they kind of just methodically went down the field. You know, that's one of those scripted things. You know, we say it all the time that, you know, the offense is going to come out, they're going to have that first series scripted, and they're going to march down the field and score. And then after that, a lot of times nothing ever happens, and that's kind of what we saw. But I think the defense kind of woke up after that first that series and kind of showed the defense that we were used to seeing so far this season. And it's pretty cool to me that when there's a dry field, how effective Carson Beck can be. You know, kind of put aside all the, I think his arm might be hurt again because he doesn't look good throwing the ball. And they take one specific moment in time in the season to run with that whole narrative for the rest. That's how the rest of the season is going to be now. He had one bad game, so now we're going to see him, you know, lobbing the ball around. I'm telling you, those deep shots they took, he throws a very, very pretty long ball. I'm just going to say those were some gorgeous passes. Yeah. Well, what was he? 78% or 70-something percent again on the day. So highly efficient, highly accurate. You got to love it, especially when, you know, the run game. What we're used to. So he kind of, you know, he really stepped up and did what he needed to do to win the game. You know, we go through the whole game. The offense is clicking, the defense is playing very well, and then we all know what happened in the fourth quarter. I'm sure we're going to get into that a little bit more in depth here later on. But, you know, what happened, didn't let it compound and turn into something drastic. And in the end, it came out with a dub against our biggest rival at their place, open up the conference, 1-0 going forward.
Yes, sir.
So can't be mad about that.
Nah.
Joey?
Yeah, first of all, salute to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate you guys. We will get to your questions, comments later. I would like to make sure that all the Florida State people that were in the chat are in this chat.
They're not.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
all you guys that were on Wednesday, all you guys that were on Sunday, I hope to see you here. You know, we have
Owen Kane is not here.
We have some things to discuss. Like, come holla at us. We're friendly. You know, we're gonna discuss it. You know, with civility. You know,
absolutely.
CB, what's good?
Most of the time.
You said we're gonna we take me.
Oh, not we. Me.
No
I'm
civility.
sorry. I can't speak for my. I know my guys. My bad. I know
this half of the
the two over here. It's gonna be something crazy. Me and Polk are gonna be cool, maybe. Yeah. But the two over here is crazy, and it looks like they just took naps or some shit. So they look ready.
Yeah.
They look.
Let's get this going on, man. Before Joe, you give your thoughts. I'm gonna shout out to Mo, man, here early. You know what I'm saying? 10 minutes is super early. Shout out to everybody that went to the watch party, man. Sorry I couldn't get this guy's ready. That's how you know he's locked in.
He's on it. He's on it today. He's feeling pretty good.
Extend Mario. I started this a year ago and was called the man. I love to talk to those same people today. Go Canes, pack the rock. We got another bye week. Louisville Friday night in the week, which is crazy. Shout out to Mo, man. None but love to you, my brother. I got your back, man.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Joe, what you got?
Yes. Beautiful game, man. Beautiful game plan by both coordinators. Of course, we would like to have seen some things different late in the game, but we'll get into that. Starting with the defense, man. I always want to shout, like, a lot of people were like, this is the game Heatherman has really got to prove, you know, what he did, what he does. And he did. Defense played very well. Forced turnovers. Had a great game plan going in. Defense showed their ass, and I love it, man. Young Bryce Fitzgerald, love that kid, man. I can't wait until he gets more snaps and he's making an impact early. Poiser stepped up. The safeties, Keontae Scott, Jacoby Thomas, of course. We'll get into those guys, man. On offense. We didn't run the ball like we all thought we could, but I think we kind of got away from the run a little bit. But again, like Polk said, you know, ideal conditions to throw the ball, and we all know Beck can throw the ball. Like we know that. Like I don't know what people, we know he could throw the ball, man, and he proved it. The O-line, I think, what was it like? A stupid 20% of drop back. I don't know, 20% he was pressured or something. 20% pressure rate or something.
6 of 27 dropbacks.
Yeah, like, and that was the highest allowed all year, I think, by us.
Correct. Yeah,
and that's still ridiculous. 20%. That's still dumb. No pressure all night, man. He was comfortable back there. Go ahead, Pope.
Bain by himself had more pressures than the entire defensive line of Florida State.
Squad. Yeah.
Don't say
crazy.
11.
Stupid.
Crazy.
Stupid.
Yes, that's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Just a all around great effort, man. We'll discuss the other stuff later, but all around great effort, man. I'm good with it.
Yeah. CB.
First off, Rocky, stop trying to hurt my feelings in the chat. My feelings have already been hurt behind that subject, so leave me alone. Y'all can also stop DMing me about it. I don't know any more information than y'all do. Please, because every time you DM me about it, I have to relive it.
Yep.
I was pleasantly happy with about 3/4 of that football game. I'm obviously always going to be happy to be 5-0, but 28-3, you got to put teams away. I am very happy with what I saw as far as open field tackling. For one, Bryce Fitzgerald had a couple great open field tackles. Poiser playing the lane is looking like he's understanding the speed of the game a bit better against Notre Dame. He's flying into those lanes, but he's not breaking down in time, and guys are getting past him. You can tell the speed of the game now is slowing down for him because he's doing the same thing. He's shooting the gap the same way, but now he's able to chop down, break down, and make an open field tackle. Jacoby Thomas is probably our second best player on defense this year behind Ruben Bain, or probably third because Mezzi has just been playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
But Jacoby Thomas is to me our best player in the secondary at the moment at all three levels. When he's inside the box, when he's asked to blitz, when he's asked to play the run, when he's asked to be in coverage and man and zone, Jacoby Thomas is playing like someone who wants to be drafted in the top 4 rounds next year. He looks fantastic. Keontae Scott is my favorite crash out, and he continues to crash out weekly for my enjoyment, and I love it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Linebacker play left a little bit to be desired at times, but they still played hard. They still flew around. Wes still made some really big tackles. He's been really smacking guys this year, kind of going under the radar, I feel like, because Bain and Mezzi have just been dominant. But Wes has quietly kind of put together a very interesting highlight reel of tackles so far. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but the rotation at corner is starting to be very fluid, and I'm enjoying it because you're not seeing any drop off. You're seeing them go 6-24, 29-6, 29-24, 16. My boy Slime getting in there. I don't know if everyone's noticing, but
Booker Pickett,
he's starting to get some. He's starting to get some earlier reps in the game. And you're not seeing any drop off, so that's good. We still got our eyes in the backfield from time to time. We need to tighten things like that up. But the aggression the defense plays with, it's awesome. Offensively, it looked very efficient from Carson Beck. He looked good. I mean, that's a Carson Beck game. 21 or 27. That's what he was like at Georgia. Yeah, he's efficient. He can beat you with the deep ball. He's usually fantastic on timing routes. We see that from time and time again every week. The run game didn't give us what we wanted. Obviously, I actually had this pulled up so I could look at it, and then my phone just decided to go to sleep. The run game didn't give us what we wanted, but that's the mark of a good offensive coordinator is no matter what your game plan is, you take what the defense gives you. And the defense had no answer for Malley. I mean, anytime they were in man, they really had nothing for CJ either.
CJ or Malley, yeah.
So you kind of just take what the defense gives you. And he was really creative a little bit with what he did, getting Lofton involved. Again, I like that slip, that play action, slipping him through the formation. I'd like us to use that a little bit more. That was cool. But Dawson really looked like he was comfortable. There's still some things I would like to see polished on both sides of the ball. We don't really care for space, and I'm not sure why, but right now it's not really hurting us as much as it's just bothering me, so it's just a nitpick. But I thought Dawson called a good game. I just feel like we let our foot off people's necks in the fourth quarter, and I'm sorry, man. As a fan, when I played, at no point would I have ever been happy about that. So that left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth after the game. Like I didn't feel as turned up after this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was happy we won. I was really happy and proud of some of the performances we put out there, but there was never a game that I was ever a part of where we're blowing some team out and then we beat them by 6 at the end of the game and I'm popping bottles. So I'm a little bittersweet about it. Happy we're 5-0 headed into the bye. Mario probably gonna practice them hard. So I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but if I'm gonna be honest, or we keep it a buck on this show, I wasn't exactly popping bottles and taking shots after this one.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Definitely.
Yeah, we'll talk,
what's up?
About it.
Yeah, I mean, even in some of the post interviews, the players were even saying back in the locker room, guys weren't like not that they were upset, but they weren't like as happy as they should be about a win. They were happy they won, but they still had that feeling of we left a lot out there.
Yeah,
type of thing.
13 penalties for over 100 yards.
Ooh, that. Ooh.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Shout out to Planktown for the dono. Says, I found the FSU fans on pit boards bragging about the fourth quarter moral victory. Correct. All they can have is a moral victory.
Yeah.
Moral victories
But
don't
they have pit next?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Pit's gonna be.
Put them away. If you don't want them to do that, put them away.
Yeah.
Don't give them that. Don't give them anything to walk away from this game positive about. Beat the snot out of teams when you have them down, and then you don't have to worry about listening to Thomas Castellanos say that he feels like they lost the game and that we didn't really beat them, which is crazy because he looked like on several occasions he was crying on the sideline. But respect.
Yeah. No, look, with the game, man, it was, I think, on that tackle on West, you know what I'm saying, tackled Castellanos on the first drive. I was like, okay, if you could tackle Castellanos when they're hype in the open field and make them settle for a field goal, I thought that was dope. Yeah, man, like I've had a weird calmness all season and continued yesterday. We could get to the nitpicking of like the things us as fans didn't like all the time. Like we're always gonna have that, you know what I'm saying? But like, when was the last time we were, you know what I'm saying, like where we're like, yo, we're not gonna if we went into the season, we're like, yo, we're going into the game going, yo, we're gonna get 3.3 yards a carry. We're not thinking we're doing well, right? Like, given with the like, because we've had that in the back pocket always, they put like 8-9 in the box. They made that a purpose, and then they couldn't cover behind that. Yeah, I understand the way it ended being uncomfortable, but that was all they gave. Like, that's how I expected the game to start for them. I expected them to have that in the beginning and kind of make it closer. They got it in quote unquote garbage time. So that's going to be the longer conversation in this, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that for sure, because I think we're all going to have differing opinions and thoughts on that. But we're 5-0, state champs, and the way we look at it, what the fuck is a very cherry double? Is that a can, son? You got a can? Do you have a can opener next to you? Just look at Joe.
Just for him.
I think you do.
Yeah, that's a 2-year callback, y'all. How many of y'all have been in the chat for 2 years? It's a 2-year callback. Bro.
Not the cherries.
We know what cherries are in this. Yeah,
cherries.
Yeah,
yo, but
charcoal cherries, baby.
Charcoal.
Charcoal cherries. CB, I know you mentioned it, but fam, let's just start with this, right?
He wants to do
Malachi. He does it to be like a disappointed dad. That's what that is.
He's like Tyreek St. Patrick, son. He's like, he just wants to hurt my feelings for no reason.
It's all subs. Yo, let's start it here, man. Let's start it. Malachi motherfucking Toney, man. Malachi Toney. Tallahassee, bro.
What did I say? Starter coming up.
Yo, that holy shit. Like, he ran away from
and he can pass.
And that's going.
I didn't think he was that fast.
Bro. He ran away from that secondary, dog. I didn't know he had. I knew he was quick. I don't know he had that juice. He took, you know what I'm saying? You thought you had an angle? No, you don't. I'm running right by this, and I'm gonna stiff on your bitch ass chest while you think you're gonna tackle me on that damn motion that Keelan Marion didn't set, which is crazy. But yeah, man, just Joe as the receiver, you know what I'm saying? When you see that as a slot, 17,
CB a receiver.
Yeah, CB. Yeah, CB is a receiver. I always remember the CB story while he was a CB, while he had to do it on the clamp, but they're losing 65. They're losing 65 nothing. That's the story.
42 to
talking shit.
Damn, that score get wicked the longer we on.
You can't celebrate. That's CB's on. Hey, you can't celebrate.
Bro,
that shit's happening over there.
You over 3. We on an island together. Me and you. It's just me and you. We in man cover. You're 0 for 3. You don't celebrate. You lost.
You don't.
They won. They did great. They did fantastic. You hang your head and
sit down. Malachi Toney, Joe, where you want to take it?
You had none of it.
Yeah, Mally, man. And salute to the whole room. You know, Mally is different, man. And I think the understanding him. That's why I love when receivers, especially, or DBs, play both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? Because you understand what the other side is looking at. Mally played quarterback, so he understands where to sit in zone. He understands when a safety is on the hash, what that means. When the corner is, backpedaling, what that means. He understands the nuances that you just don't get when you haven't played a different position or you haven't played the other side of the ball. So he's and he's getting that now as a 18, just a new 18-year-old, right? A young dude just turned 18. He's getting that now. So he has 3 to 4 years to get that. Like, we just witnessed a generational run with X, right?
Yep.
If this man stays healthy for 3-4 years, that shit gonna get broke. Like, I don't want to project all that. That's way down the line. He has to do a lot. But man, this is crazy. He's a problem, man. He's a problem. Salute to him.
Incredible.
He's gone after his junior year, by the way. I hope everyone understands it.
That's a 3-year now. Like, you get into the league.
He would have done if he could.
He would. Yeah,
he
college basketball, that shit. Poke, what you thinking, man? Talk to me about Mally.
No, what impresses me the most about him is, we're all talking about, like, he's not even a month 18 yet.
Yeah.
And the way he goes about his business, his work ethic, his grind, it's amazing to see a kid that young already setting himself up to be even more successful in the future, right? He's the first. He's a lot of times everybody says he's one of the first ones in the building every day. He's there late. He's constantly reviewing film. He's constantly picking the brain of one of the most experienced quarterbacks in the country and in college football. He's always trying to get better. He even said after the game, like, "Oh yeah, there's other things that he can still do to get better, and he's going to do that day in and day out." And I think that's what sets him apart from a lot of these guys. Not just, even if there's not many other receivers that are going to be more talented than him, but if there are, he's going to set himself that much farther in front of him just by his work ethic and the way he goes about his business day in, day out. So that's super impressive for a kid at that age to have already that type of mindset. I mean, I got kids of my own that are, 24 and almost 21, and I still got to kick them in the ass a couple, to get them motivated sometimes. So,
bam,
yeah,
that's 40-year-olds who don't have that shit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's people right now. We're like, hey, I don't even know how I got that shit. CB.
So, and I think one last thing about that. I think that's a huge testament to going forward for recruiting purposes as well. You see a kid that comes in as a true freshman, busts his ass day in and day out and does the work, and then shows out in practices, gets his opportunities, and takes full advantage of every single one of those. These highly talented freshmen that want to come here, play receiver, take a page out of Mally's book.
Ain't no shortcuts, dog, because ain't nothing. This staff ain't gonna hand you shit. Don't care what your high school stats. When you come in here and work, they're gonna give you the credit. CB, like us, we were spoiled last year, man. We got to see him live, right, at the Heritage when Diabell went down, and we saw a little bit of it. Now, being completely transparent, I knew he was good, but I didn't think, even seeing it, like, I didn't think it would click that fast as a, you know what I'm saying? Again, early, like a reclassifying enrollee is crazy. Like, Poke said, a month into his 18th year on this earth, and he's doing this on the road, running away from the entire Florida State secondary. Talk to me.
I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just not. I'm not surprised, man. I've been watching this dude since his freshman year, and we got to understand that when he playing against STA, when he played against Chaminade, those are D1 DBs he's playing against, y'all. Like, we got a corner in our cornerback room from Chaminade right now. We're all high on. He played against him and was younger. Zaquan Patterson, who used to bump down to the slot. Well, guess who's in the slot at Heritage? We've seen him do this against young men that are older than him, that are more highly touted than him, that had, you know, a better offer sheet than him. Like Ben said, we got to see him go from cooking somebody on a deep route on the play that Dia got hurt, where Dia dropped an absolute dime to him for a touchdown. Dia goes down. He pops his gloves off, leads them to like a 14-point comeback to win that game. And then he led them to the state championship, which, by the way, he broke a record in the state of Florida, going like, I think 17 for 17 to start that game.
15 to 15.
In the state championship.
Yeah,
like
15 to 15.
It was, he's special, man. Everyone that's ever been around him will tell you that, whether it's coaches or players, you know, even when he was younger, they had a squad at receiver. Like, they had a lot of receivers there a couple years ago. And as you talk to them, they're like, yeah, but him though, like, he different. It's kind of like the thing where Ohio State guys were like with Emeka Ibuka. For years, we're like Garrett Wilson, we're like this guy, and all of them keep coming through, and they keep saying, nah, this young one though, he better than all of us. And then we keep going, oh, but this dude and Marvin Harrison Jr., and they keep going, but this dude, he better than all of us. And then they all get to the league, and we're seeing Emeka Ibuka probably is better than all of them. It's the same thing. At some point, you just gotta believe some of the hype. And when it comes to him, it wasn't just hype, because like Ben said, the work accompanies the hype. Like Polk said, when you're that good naturally, when God makes you special, and then you work like you run a 4.9, that creates a special kind of monster. Yeah, it's not just that Walter Payton was gifted. It was that he also worked harder than everybody else. So not only did God make me better than you, I also work harder than you. That's how you create special generational talents. I think he's 3 years and out. He's that good. He's probably got the best hands on the team. And I know that's crazy with some of the catches CJ Daniels has made, but Mally's got insane hands. He's quick. He's got burst. He's got smarts. I mean, on one of the third downs, he clearly had a drag and realized it was zone and just sat. Ran the route perfectly a yard after the sticks. And you can see him look at his feet, and then he just sits. That's veteran receiver stuff, man. And it is a basic concept. If it's man, you keep going. If it's zone, you stop. But Joe can tell you that don't always work when the bullets start flying. So for him to keep that composure, for him to have that high football IQ in a big rivalry game, in his first rivalry game away at Florida State, I'm not shocked. I mean, I think we all kind of predicted him to be the starter coming out of camp. Coming out of spring. I'm not really that shocked. The slot eats in Dawson's offense. So whoever is in that position is going to eat. The offense kind of runs through that person. And then right now you can't roll coverage to nobody because you got CJ getting her done. What we probably need is somebody else on that other side, maybe stepping up a little bit more. The rotation. You can see they're trying a few different guys, some different combinations. I'd like to see Josh Moore out there a little bit more. Like put the kid out there because he looks like he is getting it done when we put him out there. I like what I've seen from Mally, though, man. I'm very impressed. I'm not shocked, though. I'm not very surprised about anything he does, because you kind of stop being surprised after he surprises you over and over when he's in high school. You're just like, okay,
right?
Maybe he really is this good. You just stop.
It's not like a once in a while thing either.
We're not like, we don't go crazy. We see JJ Moss somebody at Ohio State. We're like, okay, so he threw it up there. JJ got it.
It's not like a once in a while thing. It's just this is like an every game occurrence.
Right. There's not that many people that should be that surprised that Bryce Fitzgerald is a ball hawk.
Oh no,
that's what he is.
We knew that coming in, man.
The question was, would he be able to be as physical as a true freshman? And he's answered that question as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just gotta trust the evals. You love it when it works out like that. Shout out to Mario. Shout out to Coach Etheridge for giving Fitz that kind of leash. Shout out to Coach KB for giving Mally that kind of leash as well, because it's easy to put a guy out there and then he fail, and now you got to reel him back in. You wonder where his confidence is. So shout out to the coaching staff for saying, all right, young bucks, y'all, if y'all perform in practice, we'll play you. And they're playing well, and it's not just them. And some of the other guys are hidden a bit, but Dante Simpson gets meaningful snaps in that rotation inside. He plays really well when he comes in. So it's been cool seeing Jabari Antoine getting there on defense as well. So they're letting this class kind of make an impact, and they're showing up. Before Pringle, got hurt, he was looking like he's about to try to push them for more reps. So you trust the evals, and obviously it's a big time thing when you do it on this stage, right? It's no smut to Bethune-Cookman, but this isn't Bethune-Cookman. I don't care all the jokes you make about Florida State. That is a D1 program in the ACC. When you do it against them, it means more. So, but I'm not surprised. Honestly, I'm not from either one of them. I'm a little surprised by how much Bryce has gotten to play this early, but I'm not surprised that
he showed it though. He showed it. That's the word.
Can watch a quarterback's eyes and pick him off. I'm not surprised about. He's a receiver.
Yep. Who does he remind you of? He reminds me of Malachi Toney. I don't like comparisons. You know what I'm saying? He is who he is. That's just my answer.
There's not much like him, man.
I can't give you
a little Tavon Austin-ish, but he's not as more like Stedman Bailey versus Tavon Austin because he's a real route runner. Like Malley really runs routes, and people are comparing him to Tyreek Hill, but I don't think that's a good comparison either.
No, I think when it's all said and done,
Tyler Lockett is a nice comparison for him.
When it's all said and done, I think it's going to be this generation of Canes fans' version of our Santana Moss.
See, but he reminds me of Sonoris more than Santana.
I'm saying when it's all said and done. I'm not saying right at this moment because we didn't know Santana Moss was Santana Moss until after he was done at Miami. That goes with all the legends that came through Miami. Yeah. We didn't know they were who they were until they were done.
Facts.
So, I think a lot of people take those comparisons and they're comparing
the
a guy just coming in. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, the only reason I would say Sonoris over Santana is because Sonoris still had speed to beat you over the top, but he didn't have like put this nigga on the Olympic team speed. And Malley can still cook you deep, but it's not 4-2. But he's still a deep threat and he can beat you over the top, but it's not, Tavon Austin. That's why I was like Sonoris a little bit more. But also to Polk's point, he's 18, bro. Like he could end up developing.
We don't know
next
like Reggie
far away from a finished product. Yeah. All right, fellas. I don't know if y'all knew this.
AB's a great comparison.
We just played the #1 offense in the country, right? That's what they were coming in. 58 points a game, 600 yards, right? Because that's we.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, yes.
On paper, yes, right? I'm hearing from their analysts, oh, we don't know what Miami is yet. Well, you know now, motherfucker. You know now, right?
Yeah,
you know now. You found out in your home. We walked into your shit and we're like, hey, this is all y'all got? All right, we're gonna see. Look, man, Corey Heatherman. Let's just before we get into what the whole chat has been talking about, how to finish the game and all that. We'll get into that after the Canes were at. It's going to be the longer conversation. But we had this offense looking anemic, perplexed, bamboozled for 3 quarters. 3 quarters and 5 minutes of it.
3.5 quarters.
3.5
quarters. Yeah.
They didn't know what the fuck to do. It was look. Torre got caught on that first 3rd and 7. Looking in the backfield, it didn't happen much after that. With the running back coming out the backfield. Yeah, man, incredibly impressive. Ruben Bain is supported by guys all around him that makes Ruben Bain look like a fucking superhero, but the guys around him are following suit with him. Like Jacoby Thomas, he was Poiser was like it was a team effort, and I just love seeing this fucking defense just play ball every week, every Saturday. I have to wait till next Friday to watch it again. And this offense, bro, I hate seeing an offense like that. Like it is double reverse fleet flicker to do a screen. Like it's a double. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just all over the discipline, the exhaustion that has to take to stay locked in every single play while they try to hoodwink you. It is crazy. Poke, let's start with you, man. as you're dressed as him, we got to start with you. It's only right. And for the record, you cannot blink while you're talking. Like while you're giving what you think about this defense that Corey Heatherman put out there. You are not allowed to blink. If you blink, I mean, can't do anything because we're family. You know what I'm saying? What you thinking? Talk to me.
Well, so starting off, let me just say, no,
it's exhausting. It can't do it. It's impossible.
No, it's impossible. I can't do it. No, like I said at the beginning, that first drive that Florida State had, it was probably a whole scripted set, and it took us, a little bit to get used to what they were going to start running and kind of see what was out there in front of us. So ended up clamping down at the end and only holding them to a field goal, and then shut them down the rest of the game. But it's I always wonder, I was like, how much can these guys give? How hard can they go? And why are they able to do this for the entire game? I'm looking at them sitting on my couch, and I'm like, oh my God, I'd be so exhausted right now. How do they keep going? It's
dead.
It's mind-boggling to me, especially that one long drive near the end of the game. I'm like, they got to be completely gassed, but yet still applying pressure and still making Tiny Tim run for his life back there on almost every drop back pass. So it's just, I mean, at this point, we expect this every game from here on out after seeing it for 5 straight games. Just the amount of aggression and violence that they play with, and just attacking the ball, swarming to the ball, and just like there's like no stop to them. It's like nonstop. If one guy, slacks or is caught off, you got one guy right there behind him to pick up the slack and put in for it. I mean, you got guys like, especially with Bain, how much were they keying on him the entire game? And then now you got Mesidor on the other side to worry about, and he's taking full advantage of it. So, I mean, that just adds another wrinkle to it with how good this defense is. You got guys focusing on one player because like, oh, he's going to beat us, we got to take care of him. And then now, oh, we got this other guy. And then before you know it, you got their whole offensive line back there doing the tango with each other and not knowing which way to go. So I don't know. It's just awesome to see. And it's super exciting. Super exciting. It's a great feeling. One that we haven't had in a while. So
facts. One of my favorite moments from the game was when they were in that drive where they had to convert like all the 4th downs on that long drive, and they called Blunt. I think it was that drive where they called Blunt for that personal foul, that question. Then I'm saying, and Mezzi took him aside and like right in the middle of the play, you see him like coaching him up, like, hey man, we got to be better. Like taking that moment, like you just have this performance, right? Where yes, they're going on this like little run at the end, but he's like, yo man, like we got to be better than this, coaching up that young monster that's going to be taken up after them when Mezzi and Bain leave. I love that moment. It shows how locked in they are, because they could have just walked. You could have just walked back to the huddle. I'm saying, and lined it back up, but he took that time, so that was dope. Joe, what you thinking?
I love it, man. I don't want anybody to take this like I think it's easy to prepare for an offense, right? Or it's easy to be a coordinator. If it was easy, we would all be doing this shit making 6 figures, right?
Facts.
But when you have to prepare for a scheme versus a Dawson who adjusts to the opponent, it's a little bit easier is the wrong word, but it's a little bit easier.
Focus.
It's a little bit you can focus on the scheme which Coach Malzahn has been running for 40 years. It doesn't change. He may adjust some things depending on his personnel, but when you have a quarterback like Castellanos, the scheme, what they do doesn't change. It's easier said than done to play against it, obviously, because you have to play against it. You have to have eye discipline. You have to contain the quarterback. You have to take away the outside. You have to keep them bottled up. You can't fall for the first pitch or the first reverse look or the first motion. You have to be disciplined. But Coach Heatherman is proving to be a a good schemer, right? So when we play college football 26, right, your coaches have recruiter, motivator, tactician, right? He's proving to be a fantastic tactician, man. You know what I mean? As well as a motivator. I'm sure he's a motivator, but he's proven to be a good tactician, man. And he was prepared. He was prepared. He had the team prepared. This is something we haven't seen. Preparation. At times last year,
And
most of
adjustments.
last year, we looked like we didn't know what the fuck was coming. Like where, who's coming, what. We know what motion did to us last
Nobody
year. Right?
looks lost.
Motion was the devil out there for us. So we was like, what the? Oh my god, that shit was pure evil last year.
Misdirection, boy.
Where
Like as soon as somebody went in motion,
offense, lost.
as soon as somebody
That Florida
went,
offense-
we sitting at home like
throwing our hands up in the air, like, well,
like damn. All right, well,
this
60
is going to be an
yards.
explosive play.
this Florida State offense puts up 60 against that team. Like against that defense, like completely lost. 100%. Yeah.
Now, on third downs, we gave up. We didn't do too well on third down. So, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It was some things that were bothering me, but he has the defense running to, and that's all I ask is that you run to the ball, right? 11 to the ball, get to the ball, effort, and that's what he has the defense doing, man. He has everybody running to the ball. He has everybody doing their job, and it's fun to watch. I actually love watching this defense. It's fun, man. Those safeties are flying downhill. They're hitting. The D-line is incredible. And to Polk's point, it's crazy how they played all those snaps. Like I feel like they had to force Bain or Mezzi to come out for a couple plays.
Yeah.
Like, did they even come out? I don't even remember seeing Bain out the game.
He might have come out a little bit, maybe a handful of snaps, like not much at all.
I don't even remember seeing them come out the game, though.
Like I know I saw it like towards the end of the game, like 33 was out there, which I think is Booker Pickett, right? 33 is Booker Pickett. Marquise Lightfoot got in some.
Yeah,
They
Marquise
rotated
regular,
in his regular rotation. But Mezzi and like Mezzi, again, like those 15 pounds that they took down in the offseason are a different kind of 15 pounds, dog. That's like that to play. I thought it was like close to like 90 snaps that they played in that game. And I don't know how many, let's say 85 of the 90 or 80 of the 90. That's insane. Like, because they were, you know what I'm saying, they were a fast-paced offense. Crazy.
Yeah. Chasing around the little dude, man. It's crazy, man. I love it.
There were 7 Joe, and so I had to look it up real quick because the third down did bother me, right? They were 7 of 16. Which didn't feel like that when you're watching the game because it felt like they were like 10.
What about fourth downs?
I think those fourth downs kind of impacted that some too.
So that's the combination, right? The fourth downs, they were 3 or 4. Yeah.
So those two together, that's 50%, right? That's 10 of 20.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 10 of 20 on third and fourth downs put together. So CB defense.
They're aggressive. They're fast. They're a lot faster than they were last year as a unit. They fly to the football. They still make some kind of head-scratching mistakes on third downs where they should be getting off the field. But like Joe said, it's not an easy offense to play against. That offense is predicated on success on first down. If you give them success on first down, you're fucked because everything runs off of that.
Yep.
And you can't not use your eyes. It is impossible to not use your eyes. So when the dive works for 6 on first down, you're fucked because they've got everything that comes off of that. It's the read option that comes off of that. It's the read option pop pass to the tight end. It's the read option bubble screen. It's the read option reverse coming back. So I'm a fake it to the running back. Quick pitch to the receiver. 19, their track athlete that they set that up for him.
So you pitch it?
Yes, that is actually how they want you to do that. They want you to fake it, and then it's a quick because he's coming around. So essentially, you can either pitch it forward, but if he's too fast, you do have to pitch it over your shoulder because you want
Magic
to catch
Johnson, no look passes.
Yes, the Dolphins used to. I don't know if they still do that, but they used to do it with Tyreek with that motion where Tua would fake and then he would get him with the boom.
Yeah, they did a couple of those last week.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy offense to play. It is an easy offense, like Joe said, to stop if you start stopping them, if that makes any sense. You get them down, it's really hard for that kind of offense to battle back because they're not a chunk play offense unless the early stuff works. If the early stuff works, then they can be a chunk play offense.
And we saw that after that first drive they had.
Yeah. I say that to say, though, still one too many third or fourth down kind of brain farts that I didn't care for. For the most part, they're disciplined, though. For the most part, this is a very disciplined defense. They don't fall for the okie doke all the time. They just fall for it at the worst times. It's like 3rd and 11,
right?
And they fall for the okie doke.
They had a couple like long 2nd and 3rd and 18s. Yeah.
That's one of my
but it is
peeves,
guys trying to make plays and not guys just out of position for the sake of not understanding what the fuck you're supposed to be doing on this play, which happened last year a lot, where it was just like, this isn't a guy trying to make a play. This is a guy who didn't know that was his man.
I had him.
What
he ran to my side.
Somebody would turn around and be like, "Is that on?" Before I say something, was that? Yes, bro. We're all next to another person. You're the only one. Not that you a man.
Just look around, dog. If you're the only one there, that was
you,
my guy.
The offensive lineman that helps the quarterback up after a sack missed the block. So, but what you're seeing now is you're seeing guys. Even one, I struggle with his last name. Starts with a T. I struggle with his last name because I read it, but I don't say it out loud. What's his name? The linebacker?
Torre.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Torre, whatever. He'll get his eyes in the backfield from time to time, but he is
on that first 3rd down.
He's assuming he is trying to make a play. He's not worried. Oh shit, what's happening? You can tell he's just taking the wrong first step, trying to make a play. That's gonna happen to Bryce throughout his career as well, because Bryce is he's a route jumper. So sometimes guys do that and they're not necessarily trying to create an off-scheduled situation on your defense. They're just trying to make a play. So, but we do got to tighten that up on 3rd and 11. Like don't make the play like here. Like, so that bothers me. But when I say it bothers me, I'm talking about like on a minuscule level. Like this defense flies, they tackle, they wrap up, which is something we've been screaming about for a couple years. When we talk about setting the edge, they've done a great job at that. Sometimes you just run into a brick wall when it's Armando Blunt in the middle, and those are some of the most funny plays to me. You just smack Armando Blunt, and then nothing else happens because it's Armando Blunt. There was a little some things we did confused me, and then some things we did I said, oh, Heatherman cooked, but the guys didn't bail him out. I was a little confused as to why we didn't tune up a quick linebacker to spy Castellanos all game, but when he did spy, it was done so well and so disguised and so covered that it worked most times. The times it did not work, it's just because Thomas Castellanos is, I'm sorry, y'all, he's not a bad football player. Like, he's not. They called a perfect spy for Lightfoot, who fakes, he drops back.
Took a bad angle. He took a bad angle. Yeah.
Kind of got flat.
Sometimes you can't take a good angle on Thomas Castellanos because he's quick.
That's true too.
He's quick, and he just beat Lightfoot to the spot, but it was drawn up great. One of the times, Tommy was just a bit of a vet and caught the blitz coming before it was supposed to come. West shows himself. Thomas backs out, makes a change at the line. West then comes. The second West gets engaged, Tommy knows that's my spot, and I'm gone. So there were little things to clean up, but man, this defense flies. They play together. They're excited. They have the swagger on defense our offense had last year. Like, Like there's legit swagger and aura on our defense and our secondary. Like Poyser look cold. Like he's not just a good football player. He looks like a demon. Like he's got a different kind of swagger on that defense.
Yep.
Even Damari, like when Damari's out there, he's so physical that it brings a little bit something different.
You see him like Damari has a presence.
He has
like
a different presence
about him. Yeah, he has a different presence, 100%. Got to make sure I get this from J Staff. Everybody in the comments, appreciate y'all, man. We'll get to y'all questions in a minute. Not sure if y'all mentioned it, but do y'all see the play when Tiny C was trying to run left and Bane just sat there like, hey, come on.
He's like,
and then Mezzi hit him.
Where are you going, guy?
Incredible.
Where are you going?
Hey, we're right here, brother. I'm gonna be here all
I'm glad
night.
You brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. That is why your defensive ends and your defensive tackles have juice in the fourth quarter when you play a running quarterback like this, because you're not asking them to get up the field every play. On a lot of plays, all you're asking them to do is stand the offensive lineman up, grab his breastplate, stand him up, make Tommy T stand in the pocket, and then when he goes, you go. But you don't want to get up the field. They did it on that first drive. We get up the field, he'll find a lane. So that's why you kind of get plays off when you play a quarterback like this, because you don't necessarily want them guys head down rushing up the field on every play, because all you'll do is create lanes. But the defense plays great, man. Heatherman has them playing like their heads are on fire. They swarm, they tackle. We're getting turnovers, which is great. That's truly the mark of a good defense. They're always around the football. So what's up, Ayo? So I'm happy with what I've seen with this defense. There's small things to tighten up, but they're so nitpicky that I don't know if they're worth saying, but to play devil's advocate, get our eyes out the backfield a little bit and we're smooth. A team like SMU will hurt you with shit like that, like really bad. So get your eyes out the backfield, but man, they play together so well, y'all. Like they really do swarm. They really do play together. I mean, y'all remember the pick where Keontae kicks it? And then, somebody said, everyone's around the ball. Everyone's there.
Every single play.
A fumble happens. We're right there to fall on it. These guys really do run to the football. And, yeah, it's cool to see. I'm really, really proud, man, of this defense. Boy, if we had this defense last year, we'd have won a ring.
Yeah, facts. To wrap up the defensive conversation, they averaged, 335 yards rushing. They got 132 with an average of 3.5 yards per rush. Thomas Castellanos, which should be Castellanos, but whatever, was 25 of 45, 6 yards per pass. 6 yards per pass. So, that's what it is.
Making him throw 45 times is the win.
Yes.
Right?
That's the game plan.
That's how you won. Yeah.
That's how you won.
That's how you won. Let's get into this Caneswear ad because we got fourth quarter to talk about. I think that's gonna be a good conversation. Let's get into it. Caneswear.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fan shop.
Fan shop.
Caneswear.
Shout out
I know that
Caneswear,
in my heart, man.
You already know. Always repping. You know what I'm saying? They're always on the shelf right there. Right there. All right, man. Joe, real quick, before we get into the fourth quarter conversation, just so we don't all have to cover it, just talk about the penalties, man.
Another callback. I'm sorry. Joe with the hat spit.
Oh, that's what we're doing? That's two callbacks. No, but that feels personal, though.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing?
No, that one is personal.
Yeah.
That one is personal.
That one is personal.
Mine was...
That was directly.
Joe took mine as an attack, and it wasn't. That wasn't an attack.
And he went left with it. And he went left with it. It was Ben. Got you. Appreciate that. Shout out to CJ, dog. Shout out to CJ.
Savage.
The only reason
Joe,
that didn't hit is because we let them back in the fucking game, and they started actually chanting it again. They were actually not chanting it for like 2 quarters. It was quiet.
Yeah. 13 penalties for 114 yards, man. Talk about it, Joe. Before we we'll get into. We don't all have to talk about penalties.
Yeah, it just has to be better, man. that killed at least 3 drives right there.
Yep.
Yeah, we the motion penalty, illegal motion.
Oh.
You know, Polk said he wants it to be Canadian football.
Yes.
No,
But-
that's a fair rule, man.
Yeah, but
Shit,
you know, it's
dog.
There can be modifications made to adapt. It can't.
I don't
I've
know
been
That
what you can
particular
do.
particular one was stupid.
Just in that moment.
Yeah,
Like we
it's-
wanted
it's-
the Canadian football rules on that play. Like that's
That
all.
was
That's all.
so
Nah, get set, bro.
Like, he
that's a
barely-
goddamn. You learned that in 6th grade, bro. Get set.
He
bro.
barely turned.
Nah,
it
we're
was-
bad.
I mean,
Honestly,
but-
we are horrible at that. If you start paying attention to our receivers, like watch some tape from last year, y'all, we are horrible. I'd be screaming it in the house. We are really bad about that shit.
Yeah, it's wild to me with the discipline that we instill and that Miami Coach Cristobal has, that penalties are a problem. You know what I mean? It's really odd to me. I don't understand. You know, I don't understand it. But you know,
Sorry, Bucks
it's just
just
something you
wanted
gotta
at the
work
buzzer with
on.
the field goal.
It's just something you got to work on every week. You know, so every day, really. You know what I mean? Every day.
On the counter, they had 5 for 45, which is crazy.
And there were definitely some holds that were not called.
Oh my
for
gosh,
us.
there was
Lord have
one
mercy.
so bad
Yes.
on Jacoby. Jacoby is throwing his arms up as he's running, and the dude has his jersey. You can see the jersey pull, and Jacoby is just flailing, and the ref was just nothing. He was just.
It was
like,
a blatant one in the
"Hey,
end
buddy,
zone that should have been a safety. That didn't
On
get
Bang.
called.
Yeah, it happens, man. Yeah, that's got to get cleaned up though. A lot of those procedures, not that many. I think it was like one false start, which is weird. From like where we had a bunch of like procedural penalties at home
he
the last
fixed
couple
that.
weeks. Yeah, he fixed that shit up, and then just other ones kind of popped up. Yeah, man. All right. So game is 28-3 going into the 4th quarter, completely in hand. And then why none of us felt like we could pop champagne was because they had a 19-0 run in the 4th quarter. I've seen everybody's, you know, we all have our different thoughts and processes about it. Poke, we'll go with you before. Look, guys, we're gonna talk about this for a little. We're gonna talk it out. This is gonna be stay with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we got a lot to discuss. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe. We see all the comments. Appreciate y'all. Pope, run. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about that process in the 4th, man. What you thinking? How did you view it? Everything.
You know, like Joe alluded to it, some of the penalties we occurred in that 4th quarter really hampered some of those series and some of those drives. So that was a big thing there too. But then again, at the same time, I agree to a certain extent with how conservative the play calling gets, but at the same time, it's like overly conservative, if that makes sense. So you see them. We're not running the ball too great the whole game. It's not what our normal run game looks like. They're actually bringing guys up and almost stacking the box against the run. But then at the same time, we're set up in that jumbo set where we got SJ in the backfield acting as the fullback. So what do you think the defense is going to do? What do you think they know is coming? I get the whole idea of wanting to run clock, and especially towards the end when, you know, where they're making Florida State use their timeouts. I get all that. But there has to come a point in time where you kind of show different variations, right? Run the ball, sure. But the same, it seems like it's the same exact inside zone every play. Every play. It looks almost identical as the play before it. So maybe vary that. The other thing that I kind of scratched my head at is there at the end, why don't we just kick the field goal and go up 2 scores?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying 4th down, and when the cameras panned over to the sideline, it looked like Mario was trying to signal him or signal in, don't snap it, don't snap it, don't snap. That's what it looked like to me. And I think he's trying to just have them run it down and call the timeout and then kick the field goal. I don't know what the miscommunication was there, if there was any. But that's what it looked like to me. And then they go ahead and snap the ball and run the play. Now, I will say this. That play was there. That play was there. It was a great play call. You just missed it because he had almost a wide open lane to the end zone again. Certainly would have gotten the first down, and then the game would have been in control.
Over.
However, just kick the field goal and go up 2 scores and not have to worry about it. So and we've seen it several times this season already when they start to get ultra conservative. And I don't know if it's a little bit of PTSD from Mario, how Syracuse ended. And he doesn't want to start making those mistakes when they got the lead and then give up a big lead. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it kind of makes a little bit of sense to me. But keep your foot on the gas the whole game. The offense was clicking almost the entire game. Beck was on point. Vary the calls. Don't run the same thing all the time. And just like CB was saying the whole time, just put people away when they need to be put away. Throw them in the casket, nail it shut, and bury them, and be done with it. That needs to happen.
Yeah, you already know. Says, hey guys, Mario's trying to call the time on that 4th down play because he wanted to kick a field goal, but we snapped the ball. Then that's
okay. So you saw the same thing too, then? Okay.
Yeah, it was like he's running back. I thought he was saying like, "Yo, 1 second."
They had the
that was
camera
weird.
in his shit, and he said, "Don't snap the ball."
1 second. He was literally saying 1 second. So I don't know what the fuck happened there. 100%. Joe, what you got?
I think there's a fine line between coaching not to lose and coaching to win. Right? I don't think
brother.
I don't think this staff is completely confident yet on what they want to do, or knows exactly what they want to do yet. Right? I don't think they fully trust themselves or the team yet in these situations, because on one hand you have Notre Dame, right? You know what we did Notre Dame, we got ultra conservative at the end of the game, and we almost took that L. They almost came back. And then you have, and I hate to go all the way back, but then you have Dawson from a couple years ago at Texas A&M when Texas A&M came, and he's like, you know, what was the saying?
This motherfucker right. Let's end this motherfucker
right now. You have that.
The saying was, you get beat when you play conservative.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to learn how to be that team. It's all new to Miami right now. I don't think we know how to be that team. I think this is the time to be that team, though, because we have a 6-year quarterback. We have a veteran O-line. We have a good mix of veteran receivers. We have a veteran backfield. We have a veteran-laden defense. It's time to crush spirits right now. This is the time. Like, this is it. We have the team to do it. So Polk said PTSD from Syracuse. I think there may be a little bit of that. I think Coach Cristobal wants to make sure the W is in hand, right? And he's just going to do what he needs to do to get the W rather than make sure to step on necks, so to speak.
Well, I mean, we do have two really bad examples of losing late in games. I don't think that he wants a repeat of.
Yeah, when we 28-3 should be over. Like there's no way that should be a wrap, especially for an offense who's not good when they're down 28-3. An offense who's not built to come back from a 28-3 deficit. So yeah, I think they have to figure it out. I think they have to coaches. I think the adults in the room have to figure out how they want to proceed with this. What type of energy they want to get, what they want to do at the end of games. Because 3 quarters is not going to get it when you get to the playoffs. It's not going to get it. The ACC, you can get away with it, man, because you have the clear talent. You have the clear talent advantage in the ACC. It's a clear advantage. When you get to the playoffs and you run into Alabama and you run into, Ole Miss, you run into Ohio State, Oregon, you're going to have to play 4 quarters. You're going to have to play 4 quarters. So, yeah.
All right, CB, before you go, I think we speak about PTSD in different ways for us as fans, right? Like we put these games together. Look, Notre Dame is a good football team. Yes, we had that game handled. They came back. CJ Carr, similar to what Castellanos did, right? It wasn't the scripted plays. It was him running around scrambling that got them back in the game, right? Because you don't think your secondary is going to have to cover for 7-8 seconds while he's running around for his life. That team responded when we speak about PTSD, like many times that Notre Dame finishes that game and we lose. We drove the ball down the field and got the field goal to win. You have to win. You win each game individually. Florida, right? We didn't. That was actually a weirder game because we're up 13. We couldn't finish in the red zone, right? Penalties backed us up and things got a little weird. And it's 13-0. Then they have those 8 minutes where they, you know what I'm saying? And then we dominated the fourth quarter and beat them 26-7 and closed it out. So the closing happens, and that was running the ball. Where I'm with you on that, Poke, is the setup, the lineups, and the alignments and the plays that they called when they're going I formation, and it's obvious you're gonna run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you go 4 wide, so that they got to bring in more defensive back, and then still run the ball. So the alignments is different. So you could get some more running on that. We play they had 10 minutes, right? Yes. They had 10 minutes where they did their thing. They scored their 19. We controlled the other 50. I don't like the lens of the future matchups might cost us because we don't know what they are. We don't know who we're going to be then. We're only 5 games in with a bunch of guys still learning each other and figuring it out, right? We don't know what we're going to be against an Ohio State eventually at some point. So like fantasy booking and looking at it in that way doesn't make sense to me when we could only play the opponent on that day, on that play. Oh, at one point it's going to cost us. Oh, we haven't been down. They drove the ball right down the field. They were up 3-0, and then we answered with 28 straight. It didn't end the way we wanted it because we want to fucking beat them 56-3 because we hate them 100%. And I'm with you on that because we had that. And they should have thrown the ball more and, you know what I'm saying, to break them out even more. I didn't expect Florida State to hang in that way against the run the way they did. And I think that caught Miami by surprise. But looking at it through the lens of like we might lose is also a version of PTSD, or it might cost us because it didn't. Like you play to win the game regardless, right? We might not like how it looks and we have our nitpicking moments. And I didn't like those fucking 10 minutes either. Let's keep it a buck, right? Like I didn't like those 10 minutes where they went 97 yards, converted like all their 3 of those fourth downs. But if you look at those fourth downs, that wasn't a scripted. Most of those weren't scripted plays. That was Castellanos running for his life, similar to those moments where that secondary is going to have to cover for 6 or 7 seconds. I don't know if we face another quarterback like that the rest of the year, right? I don't know if there's a Castellanos that could run around for 7 seconds all left on our schedule. So we just have to take each game by game to make it seem like this bigger thing. Syracuse might be a thing for them, right? Given, I don't know. I've never spoken to them, and they might have left it in last year like how we're supposed to. But like putting these games together where the reality is where we're at, not where we might be, because we might be as multiverse shit. Like we're not there. We're 5-0, second best team in the country. Took it on the road. Carson Beck threw for 4 touchdowns. Yes, we should have put our foot on their necks, but we also probably expected on those drives to get more run, say more lanes than we did, and we didn't. We're playing, you know what I'm saying? 28-22 shouldn't have happened, shouldn't have been that close. But if you listen, I got you in a second. If we listen to their analysts,
let me get 1 second. Yeah.
If we listen to their analysts, we knew we beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? They were like, yo, it wasn't even that close. For us, we're always going to judge each other harder, 100%. But that's also a version of PTSD. What we got? All right, Joe, what you got?
Yeah, real quick before CB go, real quick. So what you're saying about the looking forward, and we don't know what we're gonna do in the future. It's just like life, right? You have to do things to prepare for what's going to happen, right? So what's happening now? We're stacking weekly, daily to prepare us for the bigger picture. Is CB frozen? Oh, you look mad.
No,
still.
I'm just.
Hey,
look, man. I'm just. I'm just waiting.
Legit thought he was frozen.
Just
waiting. You look mad.
That
was fantastic.
Everybody in the chat hates it when I interrupt people, so I'm being good CB right now.
Real quick. My bad. I know you ready.
I thought he put in like a cardboard shit. Like he like in place. I didn't see him move. That was crazy.
I didn't see. I was like, CB.
When I was talking, I was like, yo, is he there? Like, did he fucking put a blue screen? All right, go ahead. My bad.
So what we do now we have to build for what's going to happen in the future. Like we have to. We can't, like the penalties, right? That's
ridiculous. Yeah,
that's a building. Like this shit it's a building block. It's a building block for what's going to happen in the future. So not being able to put teams away now will show up. It's not it could show up, or it will. So thinking about last year, the defense, we saw some things against Florida, but we were like,
USF.
We saw some things the next few weeks. We were like, nah. It's all good. We're gonna be all right. But a lot of us were like, this shit is about to be this is about to catch up with us. It's crazy. USF, we won, right? Everybody like, yo, man, we won, baby. We look good. But we were looking like, damn, they exposed.
I still remember that
things.
screen.
Yeah.
I still remember that screen at the end of the half. Yeah.
Yeah. And it showed up.
At 38 gave us buckets.
Yeah. It showed up, and that's the thing. It's not like we're making it it's not a huge deal now, but it will show up later. It will.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, CB. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. All right. First off,
let's end it on this. End the show, baby. End it.
To you already know in the chat circa 9 minutes ago, who says Alex Mirabal did an interview and says he doesn't mind winning 10-7. There's a difference between winning a hard-fought smash mouth game 10-7 and being up 28-3 and then winning 28-22 because you lose the fourth quarter
19-0.
Yeah.
No.
So I'll get back to that in a second. Ben, I love you to death, but I do disagree with it with that take you had. Because you're not necessarily looking at a game saying, oh, well, we might lose if we do this. It's about trends. So follow me in the chat. If anybody has ever done construction or anything where OSHA's involved, there's a thing called near misses. So what a near miss is not that a nail hits you on the foot. It damn near hits you on the foot. Now, here is why you track near misses for trends. If you have too many near misses, eventually you're going to have a report.
They get a hit.
The data says
eventually you're gonna lose
10
a toe.
times out of 10.
Yeah.
If you keep throwing that out route late, somebody taking that motherfucker the other way.
Facts.
That's not an if. That's not a hope. That's not a that's a trend. That's
gonna happen. Yeah.
So that happened to us last year, right? Oh, why y'all complaining? Cam bails us out. Why y'all complaining? It's 44-42. We still good. We win and we blah blah blah. Because eventually that bites you. Let me explain to you why it worries me. we've only played 2 offenses that are even slightly worth a fuck.
Facts.
Even slightly. And in the fourth quarter, it has been 17-6, 19-0. Let me tell you why that worries me. SMU is an offense that is worth a fuck. You don't put them away.
Louisville.
And they get 24 in the fourth quarter.
Louisville.
In a way that Thomas Castellanos cannot. And we're talking about 2 offenses that we had struggling with 2 quarterbacks that could not complete a pass to save their lives against our defense. And we let them absolutely give us belt in the fourth quarter. So the reason that worries me is because of trends. I don't want that trend to continue. The same way I would like the penalties to slow down, because then you feel more confident about your team going into the playoff. You know this is a team that's disciplined. We have fixed these penalties.
Penalties getting worse.
To 7 to 5.
Yep.
You track that trend. It's no different than what you do for win rates for DBs. You track a trend like, God damn, he's started getting cooked quite a bit. We got to get him off the field because the trend now, the data says that the longer we play him, the worse it gets. That's the Tony Romo algorithm back in the day. He was very good with a run game because he only threw the ball 35 times a game. Without a run game, he throws it 44. That's the line of now he throws 3 picks.
Facts.
It's not necessarily looking at something saying, woe is me, we could have lost. It is tracking a trend. And if something continues to be a near miss, eventually it cuts your foot off. That is why I'm not happy with what I've seen in the fourth quarter, because these are 2 offenses that should not have done this against us. That is not Dante Moore back there. That is not Case Keenum in Houston back there. That is Thomas Castellanos, who has been struggling this entire game. And now that Deuce kid is giving us buckets in the fourth quarter for some reason. That's
playing cover 3, cover 4. Yeah.
We take our foot off. It feels like we take our foot off. And it feels like we lose that edge. It feels like we lose that swagger. It feels like we lose whatever energy we had. And as a football player, I don't care what sport you play. When you turn that shit off mid-game, it is not easy to turn it back on. It is not easy to go from I'm going to take these off and put on slides to goddamn, I got to run another. That's why we didn't win that damn natty against Ohio State back in the day, because it's hard to go and then lock back in. As much as we want to say as fans, that's your job, you got to, emotions are emotions. It is hard to do that. When you start getting into the mode as a receiver, we blocking for the next 2 quarters, you lose your rhythm. You become cold. No different than a quarterback. You become cold. We do seem to be a little bit predictable in the run game. A lot of that is just we trust our offensive line. I think the reason we do not do anything fancy in the run game is because our 5 beats your 5. Period.
Yep.
So we're gonna run this
Every
zone.
time.
We're gonna run this power dive because we can knock you off the ball. Now, I would like to see some guard tackle pull. I'd like to see some counters. I'd love to see some misdirections. But we got backs that do make that zone scheme seem different sometimes. Marty's great at it. Marty's great at patience and picking his holes. Sometimes Mark needs to get his head up a little bit more, but Mark is going to fall forward for an extra yard every time, so I'm not going to fault him for that. Like Polk said, I do want a little bit more creativity in the run game. I do not like seeing our team look like we're playing not to lose a game that we had up 28-3.
Yep.
There is no excuse for that. I'm sorry. That's like being up 40 in a basketball game with in the fourth quarter, and now it's coming down to free throws. It's crazy.
Yeah. Finish like a top 5 team. You're a top 5 team in the country for a reason.
Because when do you learn how to finish? If you haven't learned how to finish a team yet, and these are not playoff teams, when do you learn how to finish? You figure that shit out round 1?
You're feeling good. You're right.
Now you're somewhere you've never been. You in deep water now. And it doesn't seem like we have responded well to being in deep water in the fourth quarter lately. Do I believe we have the team that can finish? Yes. Absolutely. Or I would not be so upset about it. I would be like, well, you know what? We got away. Shit. But I know this team can finish. I'm watching this team for 3 quarters punch people in the mouth.
Yes.
And then I'm watching the slap box in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
I know this team can put people away. I see how this defense runs. Pads be popping out there. They hit. They're
I guess-
physical. They're fast. They play together. And then the fourth
Is
quarter
that-
happens, and it's a completely different football team on offense and on defense. We go 3 and out in 40 seconds. Your defense is right back on the field against a guy that makes your defense getting tired, and you give life. That stadium was quiet as hell for 2 quarters. They turned in the fourth quarter now because you're giving them hope. And now people are, well, don't give them moral victories. Well, you have a moral victory now. We gave them that. Now they're going to say, man, if we played like this for 4 quarters and
we had 10 more minutes. Yeah.
What do you say? Shit, it looked
That's
like
what
the
Danny
numbers
Kanell
look
said,
like if they had 10 more minutes. But we know from watching the whole game that no, 10 more minutes, we'd probably lock back in. We'd put 40 on y'all. But that is what it looks like. So, like Joe said, bro, you have to play 4 quarters. You do, especially when you start playing the better quarterbacks, the better offensive coordinators, the guys that can adjust and that has the horses to adjust. We didn't play the horses to adjust. We haven't played anyone that had the horses yet. But I'm telling you that SMU offense can get wicked like that. And they are on our schedule. If y'all think CJ Bailey can't hurt you in 10 minutes, you've lost your mind. And then eventually, like Joe said, we're looking at the Oregons, we're looking at the Bamas, we're looking at being in the playoff this year. Is this not a playoff roster? Does this not look like a playoff team? So I'm worried about that trend, because if that trend continues, it eventually will bite us in the ass. It will go from a near miss to a recordable. And once it's a recordable, it's Syracuse, and now we're in the goddamn Pop-Tarts Bowl. And we're watching all these inferior ass offenses stink up the joint for the playoff, knowing Cam would have given every one of y'all 400 and 3 touchdowns. And all we can do is sit at home and go, we'd have cooked this defense. We'd have cooked this defense. We'd have cooked this defense. I do not want that feeling again. So, yes, it is worrying, because these are the only 2 offenses that have been slightly able to hurt us. And neither one of them is that good. And we've lost the fourth quarter against all of them. So that is confusing, because a Mario team you would think would finish. They would put you away. We got to learn how to put teams away. And until we do that, I'm not going to be completely satisfied. I want 4 quarters of football. I think that's what we all want. That's what you practice for. Nobody practices to win 3 quarters. You don't win national championships winning 3 quarters. You got to win 4 quarters. When you have somebody down 28-3, you have to win that football game by 20 points. I'm nothing on us or having to go for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter. That's nuts, y'all. Why are we even talking about this fucking play call? We shouldn't even be talking about this. It should have been 45 to goddamn 17. Because, yeah, you get some garbage time when we put the backups in. They didn't do that against the backup. They did that against the goddamn starters.
Yep. I thought for sure the backups was going to get. I thought for sure Emory was coming in.
So it bothers me, but it bothers me because I expect more from this team, because I know they can do it. Last year, we had to survive games. This defense ain't that kind of defense, man. We know this defense get at it. So I'm more so angry because I'm watching somebody perform under par. It's like being at work as a supervisor. I ain't mad at you if you trash and you trash. I know you trash. I just want the best out of you. Now, when it's somebody that I know is a great worker and you trash, I'm pissed. Because you are a dog, but now you're being a puppy. He is a puppy. I expect him to be a puppy. You a dog. I expect you to be a dog. That's where I come at it with. Now, I do understand that it looks like, it's not. But for me, it's not necessarily PTSD. That's football. That is sports. Sports are trends. If you are a team that only hits solo home runs throughout the year, you got a motherfucker who hit 40 home runs and he got 98 RBIs, that is going to bite you in the ass in the playoffs because you ain't driving runs in.
Like my Yankees.
Those
literally your Yankees.
Trends become
bodied right now.
That is why data and analytics are a thing in sports. You track the trend.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about that. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I love y'all in the chat.
Y'all got anything else? Y'all good? We out of here?
Another bye week.
We're 5-0.
I hate it.
So respect.
Yeah, another bye week. But I think after this game, I'm cool because I'm looking at the D line.
Yeah.
Running, though.
So I'm actually cool. This was
Shout
a
out to
nice
Beck, by the
physical
way,
game.
too.
Yeah,
Beck got a lot of shit from not playing so well this last game, and
real quick, players of the game,
Four
players of the game, real
TDs.
quick, players of the game. Offense, play the game. CB, play the game. Offense.
Offensive player of the game, I'm going to go CJ Daniels because I know where everyone else wants to go, but I'm going to give CJ. I'm going to go CJ. Shout out to him. Shout out to the eye tape. If you know, you know. Respect.
Ben, play the game.
I'm going to go Carson Beck, man. 20 and 27, 4 TDs. You know what I'm saying? Cook them.
Take the low-hanging fruit, Poke.
I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab it every time if nobody else is.
Hell
Give
yeah.
me Mally, baby. Give me Mally.
Whoa.
Ain't no pause. I'm gonna grab it anyway.
Yeah. Fuck it. Grab them cherries. Ging, ging.
All right.
Grab the
Jeff,
maraschino
your fucking
cherries,
answer.
dog. Maraschino cherries, baby.
Before we get a Pornhub sponsorship on this show.
Every time, baby.
Joey.
Y'all took everybody. So, the O-line. God damn it. Yeah. No pressures, 2 pressures, whatever.
No pressure.
You know what I mean? No sacks.
No pressure.
Right? No sacks.
Hey,
None.
ESPN
None.
gave him one. I don't remember it though.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure out
was
what
there
the
a
fuck that
sack?
sack happened.
They didn't get a sack.
Yeah,
They didn't
I don't know if he
Carson
was
Beck
rolling
was
out and trying to scramble and didn't get back to
Trying
the
to
line. and they
scramble.
got him.
Yeah,
That type of thing. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
sacks.
I don't
Supposed
remember.
to turn him into a runner once he, but yeah.
All right, defense, play the game.
Joe, you go first this time.
I could go many different places. Jacoby Thomas.
There it is.
Jacoby
Yeah.
Thomas.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge game, man. Huge game all over the field. Love it.
Big time. Big time.
Oh.
Give me I'm gonna go next.
Poke.
I'm gonna take Poiser on this one. Dude showed up
Poiser.
last week.
Yeah.
Dude showed up. The one play in particular that I absolutely loved. There was like a little swing pass to the running back. It had tons of blockers in it. He comes out of nowhere and just
Out of nowhere.
knifes through all of them and
Yeah.
sticks them for
Yeah.
a minimal
You
range. So
absolutely.
that was one of my favorite ones.
Because
Favorite
it's
ones.
sir.
so there's bunch. You don't necessarily see him. You just
No,
see
you
him.
just see him come out of nowhere, just a flash.
Yeah.
Flying.
CB.
Absolutely flying. What you got?
Give me my dog, man. Give me Bryce Fitzgerald.
Bryce?
Man.
Yeah, let's go.
Shout out to the kid, man. So proud of you, bro. We've been championing you on this show for like the past 2 years, man. So shout out to the kid from Columbus, man.
Yes, sir. Benny.
I'm gonna go low hanging fruit, baby. Ruben Bain.
All right.
Ruben Bain. Absolute terror. It's weird that he only has 3 sacks, but that dude was throwing linemen around the whole fucking game, man. Incredible.
Yeah.
Just I was a Heisman candidate. Let's just keep it a buck. Absolute terror. Ruben Bain is a fucking monster.
He's having like one of those. You remember Sue's senior year or junior year at
Yep.
Nebraska?
Yes.
Where the numbers
Mhm.
may not be off the chart, but like he is dominating every play on the football field. He's having one of those
Yeah.
kind of years where like he
When he
clearly
tackled
is a
Makai
Heisman
Danzy-
candidate. He just don't have the stupid numbers.
When he got that horse collar tackle on Malachi Toney, I get that it was a penalty, but like that was like a statement. Hey man, you remember when he passed me, motherfucker? I'm gonna grab you. Like, do that shit again. Think about it, and I'm gonna fuck you up.
He's
Think about
insane.
it. Because next time I'm gonna line it up, and I'm gonna be standing right here. When you think I'm gonna knock you the fuck, it's over. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he-
Real
He's
quick,
like
real quick. Salute to the adults in the building, man. Coach Hedleman, Coach Dawson, Coach Cristobal, all the coaches, man, all the position coaches. Y'all doing a hell of a job. Y'all did a great job. Tighten up that fourth quarter. Let's get it. Y'all have them ready, man.
Play
love
60
it.
minutes
Love
of
it.
football.
Yeah, love it.
60
Oh,
minutes
real
of
quick.
football.
They gave Mirabal so much love on the broadcast, man. Shout out to Alex Mirabal, best position coach in the country. I'm so happy
Right.
he's starting to get his flowers, and the national media is really starting to hone in on just how great of a coach and a teacher he is. It's cool to see them give him his flowers, man, because you think of offensive line, the first thing anyone on the outside thinks about is Cristobal built all this, but
Yeah.
you know, arm and a leg, he
Yeah,
said, and he's still keeping his arm and a leg. So shout out to
Recruits,
Mirabal.
recruits, stop playing. Stop playing, recruits.
What we
Y'all
doing?
Or
know,
keep
y'all know
playing. We
what
don't
it is.
really
Stop playing. Stop
Or
playing.
keep
Y'all know
playing.
what it is.
Playing?
Because a lot of y'all played last year, and that's why Mally is getting to play, and some of y'all played last year, and that's why Fitz is getting to do what he's doing. So keep playing.
Yeah,
Do what
y'all
you wanna
keep
do.
playing. Y'all keep playing. We ain't playing. We
Yeah.
ain't playing, man. Every year, the complaints that we have get smaller and smaller. right? Little by this is the foundation, man. This is how we keep going. Year 4, they're in year 6 and they can't do shit.
Facts.
Remember, this is different out here, man. We building some shit. Get ready,
was
boys.
it 1-9 in the last 10 ACC games?
Fam, 1-9 in the last 10 ACC games, and before that there were 101-9.
Yeah,
before their last.
I think in our last few, I think we're like going back to last year. I feel like we're like, I heard I can't remember 18-3 or some shit. Like going back to last
against the state of Florida the past 2 years,
6-0,
6-0. But that's just
against
Florida.
Florida.
Something like 380 to like 70 or some shit. Like we have beat the shit out of everybody in this state.
It's actually 8-0 if you count A&M and Bethune. So
and I don't think they were counted in that. Yeah, you're right.
That was just Florida, Florida State, and USF.
To like it was like 380 to like 77 or some shit like that.
So those excuses, like, you know, I understand the bag, you getting the bag or whatever, and you getting promises, but the bags are kind of, you know, they're kind of even. So
this ain't the bag anyway. The bag is the league. So
go where you're gonna play and get developed, man. You know what I mean? You know what it is. You see the trajectory.
You see it, dog. You see it. It's clear.
You see it.
60 minutes of football, state motherfucking champs. Back-to-back years. That's how we end them, man. It's them Canes.
Congratulations,
another
boys. Congratulations.
Louisville, you on the clock, dog. You on the clock. This Florida State shit is over. Louisville, you next. We out of here. Peace.
Thanks for watching. You heard. Thanks for listening. We appreciate y'all. You already know every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You already know every Sunday. Right on time. You already know. You already know.